Check, check, check. Test, test, test. Hey guys, welcome to IFB exclusive. I'm your host, NYPete. I hope you're ready for an inside track, and we'll. It is April 1st. It's not an April Fool's joke, but we're here, right? And hopefully, you guys are open for a little bit of IFB spillover, right? So you guys, we haven't been on for a while in terms of the IFB exclusive, and we try to pick up a little bit of what's going on outside of regular show on Thursdays. And it's like I said, it's been a little while, it's been a minute. But I'm wanted to let you guys know that it's still up and running, and thanks for showing up, everyone. Not to mention, we wanted to really kind of put this out that we're going to be moving a lot of what we're doing to YouTube, especially the exclusives. So IFB exclusives will post everything up on IFB, and then you guys all come on over on this side because this way it'll stay there. Everybody gets a little more familiar with YouTube. I hope you guys have noticed that I put up about 5 older archived shows from IFB, regular shows and snippets and some shorts. I went to visit our very own Dr. McCauley, and we had done these challenges for Tipsy Toaster, and we did a little bit of a beer thing, kind of a funny 3 different tries at drinking some heavy duty exotic beers, and I think they were a fail all around. Kind of funny, had a lot of fun with them. So I put those up here on YouTube. They were originally broadcast on our Meta, but since all that stuff's going to be going down very, very soon, we've been notified yet again that everything that's been on in the past will be coming down. So please come on over to here. And I also put up the tribute, the Richard Hatch tribute that we had done live on IFB over at Meta on Facebook. And so I put it over on YouTube. We didn't bring it over, so I put it up. A lot of you have seen that. A lot of you've shared the links with that. I really appreciate it. So for you guys that are here with me, Mediocre Modeler and Erica and Lone Star and Chris Laskowski from Down Under, thanks. Let's see, George G, you're in the house. Thank you very much. Mediocre Modeler, I know you're out there somewhere. William Ripke, thanks guys for joining. And so unfortunately, a lot of times, things happen where we have lined up guests, and things just it's hard to actually make it happen, whether it's a time thing or not. We had scheduled someone to come on, and with confirmation, the whole 9 yards, someone that's very enthusiastic, working on a lot of projects. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get off set to come on over and talk to us for a little bit. I think they've gone over, and this is the life of a paid working professional, whatever it may be. And so we've run into a little bit of a glitch with that, but that's okay. I'm here, and I really appreciate you guys, jumping on and tuning in. We have a lineup for IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. Our regular Thursday long broadcast is we got a whole bunch of guests lined up for that. We're bringing back a few authors that we haven't had on before, that are working with Crystal Lake and some other bigger publishers that are out there with some really cool projected works. I'll leave it at that. And we're building a relationship with Crystal Lake, so we're going to have some of those authors come and visit, along with the usual fare, whether it be special effects people. We have a guest lined up that worked on a lot of the best known 80s movies that we've all watched, whether it be Terminator or Weird Science. And this is someone that's pretty much retired from the business. He's lined up. We also have some celebrities. We have some really well-known celebrities, courtesy of Dr. McCauley. He's going to be bringing them in, and we're lining them all up. So stay tuned, because come next month, May, and into the summer, June and beyond, we're going to have a whole bunch of other really, really cool guests. And yeah, Erica, these episodes, all the stuff that we put up on YouTube, all of it stays up. And if you go through the YouTube library for IFB, you're going to see that all our stuff is there. And it's okay. I mean, we're going to adapt. So things that are not live can be put up on Facebook, and it sounds like they're going to stay. But Meta's made a decision that 30 days for live broadcast is more than enough time for it to stay there. And then they're taking it off. I mean, it's expensive to keep all this stuff up. I mean, we have 5 years worth of episodes, so it's okay. But at least we have YouTube and our channel on YouTube, so that everybody can actually go back and watch some really great interviews with some, I mean, super people. Jean-Pierre Dorliac has made a lot of movies, but in terms of Battlestar Galactica, he designed, the costumes and the uniforms and all that stuff that we loved watching on BSG. He did that. I mean, he's done a lot of other projects, a lot of other TV. He worked with Larson on other shows, but in terms of Galactica, we've had him on twice. Great guy. And so it's not, it's there, and I'm glad. We're gonna have we're looking to bring Lorette back, and of course Jack Stauffer will be on. And it's let's see, I worry the youth that it might remove them from copyright infringement or something offensive. Hey, Erica, anything's possible. But I mean, the background in the Meta thing is, it's just really, like, they looked at the stats. What they told us was they looked at the numbers, and the numbers don't really grow that much when it comes to watching beyond the 30 days. It's the return on investment for them, right? So when everything goes up live, we get a lot of views, and that's same for IFB and everybody else. All of the other shows that are out there, they get a bulk of people to watch, like their fans and the like, that watch everything up front. And our numbers are great. I mean, we're really very appreciative of all you guys watching, and we do this for the fans, right? We always say fans fuel the fleet. So right now, YouTube's our best bet. At some point, we also want to do some, turn this into a podcast, right? So our regular show, make it into a podcast. But guys, there's a process, to be able to pull that audio off, and then there's a couple of steps that goes through that, and it's very time consuming. So in the future, I mean, we have a couple of episodes up, like on Spotify, but we're gonna try to see how we can work that out, and maybe we can put some of our best of on Spotify, because people like podcasting, man. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you guys got any questions, please put them up. Love to interact. I appreciate you guys coming on. We did reach out to that new company that put out the new Battlestar Galactica laser, the one with all the lights and the sounds and all that stuff. And they're scheduled to come on. So fingers crossed that this Thursday they will be on. And let's see, we may end up we might be able to get a quick guest to come on and talk to us about movie. We could swap one guest for another tonight, and just get a little background, get things back on track. And let's see, I'm getting a notification uh, on my new smartwatch, and let's see, we might be able to. Let's see what happens. Uh, and look, things happen, guys. During the week, like I said, working. Anybody that's in the business that's currently working or they're on a production, our guest is working multiple venues, and the whole thing with the time difference can be a bit of a problem, but you know it is what it is. So yes, 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 hope the episodes will stay here on YouTube and not get removed. Yeah, I know, tell me about it, Erica. I mean, look, even just thinking about storing all 5 years worth of all of these recordings of conventions that we've been to, even for us, it's a lot. I wonder if you can hack it and install better light and sound font. Yeah, there's ways of doing all kinds of cool stuff. So here for IFB exclusive, I use a different platform than we use on regular IFB and differently broadcasting. So Tipsy Toaster has a gigantic system that he uses. It's a pro system, and he's invested 5 years worth of his time and and money to do that. And so he's got a lot of the bells and whistles. Uh, but yeah, I mean, anything's possible right now. To be completely transparent, guys, we are really working hard. We just put together a small, I'd say 3/4 assembly cut of the Stranded Warrior, and it's missing a couple of pieces here and there, but otherwise it's coming together, and it's just incredible. We're working. We're going to tweak a little bit of the there's going to be a little bit of a voiceover going on, and it looks like it's going to happen. But I'll tell you what, it turns out that our guest is here. So Brian Smith, welcome to IFB, man. How are you?
Oh man, I got the flu, but I'm all right.
All right, cool. See, you made it. You're you are Semper Fi Marine all the way.
Yes, sir.
We kind of almost lost hope on it, but I'm glad you made it. So tell us about your fandom. Tell us what you're doing. I'll tell you know what. Here, let me do a quick intro. I know that you were born in Mountain View, California, and you love karaoke, Elvis, your mom, of course, your daughters, your dog, and you put in there's a line out there that says, "My siblings, a younger brother and two younger sisters, I tolerate." But you're in the business, and welcome to IFB exclusive. And you've been really hustling, man. You've done a lot of stuff, and I just wanted to also emphasize that you have, like, there's five, six, or seven, six pre-production projects that you're involved in, and for indie projects, they're big budgets. They're like in the $1 million almost range. So what's your background in terms of genre? Are you a sci-fi fan, horror fan, fantasy, and how do you make your way into acting?
I mean, I have a wide range. I dabble in a little bit of everything, but I seem to get casted as a bad guy a lot. Everybody loves me as a villain, and they're like, "You're so nice, though." But as soon as you say action, it's a different story.
Good.
But yeah, it's. I mean, I got into acting on accident. Like, I was a railroad conductor for Union Pacific Railroad. I thought I was gonna die on the railroad, and um, my ex girlfriend at the time, she hit me up and she's like, "Hey, I need like a model, like an Elvis or James Dean guy." And I'm like, "I don't care." And she's like, "Please, we'll pay you." I'm like, "Okay." So somebody saw the pictures, and um, I can't remember what agency that was, but yeah, they got me doing runway. They had me doing small commercials, stuff like that, and I just kind of went from there. And COVID hit, And I'm like, well, I want to continue acting. So I ended up going to Academy of Arts in San Francisco and get my bachelor's degree in acting. And I've been doing it ever since.
Well, you know your IMDb and your I mean your personal site and the like. It's full of all the projects you've done. You've done a lot of them, and look, you got the look. I've seen your reel. I've seen some of the trailers. Hey, you bring your A game, and I want to ask you about. I mean, I got up here, a little bit of your, IMDb stuff. You've done some stunts, so you do a little bit more than just act. Um, as oh, see, there's this great picture that I found of you, and it's this one, right? And you
Oh.
got almost like a Punisher kind of look. Are you into the comic book scene?
Uh, I'm only into the Punisher. Yeah, that picture was a complete accident.
And it's a good one, man. It looks great.
Yeah, my buddy, we were just messing around on the motorcycle, and he snapped that picture. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it works. It works, man. So listen, I know that you've done a lot of horror films. Is that by choice?
No, no, I mean I was telling you, like I just have a knack for being the jock, the bad guy, the military guy, the cop. I mean, for me, it's easy, and people
If
like it. So,
So it works. Yeah. Hey, if you had a choice, would you keep pursuing the horror thing? Or is that something that, I mean, it's there, you're doing it. But if you had a choice, would you say, well, you thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm a drama guy, or maybe I want to do sci-fi, or what's in your head?
I mean, horror's cool. It's not my passion. Like my manager has me playing bikers, doctors. She's pushing my limits and seeing what I could do,
Which is
which I
cool.
love. Yeah, I love to be challenged. I could do all that stuff, and I love it. Pays the bills, but I want to do some stuff that I enjoy. Like I did PTSD, A Soldier's Revenge, that is coming out soon, and that's something I'm passionate about. Talking about veterans coming back from war and what we have to deal with and what we do. And I was like, this is finally a film that I can get behind, something that means something to me.
Cool. If you had to pick a franchise that you could step into, which one would it be?
A franchise. That's a
Right? I
tough
mean,
one. I
yeah,
was
I
like,
mean,
I don't like
for,
any of the franchise right now. I'm not impressed with any of them.
really? Oh man.
Yeah.
So if Disney came a knocking and said, "Hey, we want you in a Marvel," I mean, I know you take it, but uh, nothing out there how about how are you writing? Are you doing? What is it that you would like to make?
I have started writing because somebody challenged me, and been cooking up a story, and it's actually coming along. I got my dad helping me. He's a writer, and I haven't touched it in a couple of months, so maybe I should get back on that.
So if you could give us a hint, an exclusive on what it's about, like come on, a little bit of a little something. What is it?
um, Pretty much a Las Vegas playboy finds out that he has a 10-year-old daughter, and he needs to take care of her because the mom's going away.
Okay, so is this drama or is it a comedy?
I think it's gonna be a dramedy. Like,
Okay.
there's a lot of it. It's funny. It's real.
Okay, cool. So there you go. IFB exclusive, man. So growing up, some of your favorite TV and or favorite movies.
Um. Ooh. Um. Growing up, I mean, I grew up in the '80s, so I liked all the big guys like Arnold, Stallone, Van Damme, like
Cool.
the action guys, the guys with muscle.
Yeah, man. Cool. All right. That says a lot right there. So what about sci-fi? Is that something that, you kind of into?
Not really. I like realistic things. Like I never got into Harry Potter, Star Trek, all that. Yeah, it was boring for me. I want some real life situations that this could actually happen.
Cool. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I got another special guest. I have a producer, filmmaker, that's waiting in the green room. I'm going to bring him on and have him give us a little bit of an update on what he's doing.
Sure.
So everybody, welcome George Zuvalos. How are you?
Heidi ho, everybody, from
How's
Astoria, New
it
York.
going, George? So look at that. Instead of just one guest, we got two guests. Bryant, meet George. George Bryant, our IFB fandom knows George Zuvalos from his work, and he's got projects coming out as well. So George, tell us a little bit about what it's like in the business now, and then Brian, I also want you to comment on AI, is because that's a thing. Would you allow a producer or a movie or anybody out there to use your likeness or your voice without you doing it? But George, in the meantime, give us an update, man. What's going on with you?
Well, I was in front of my computer all day looking through different um, scenes for our 4-part miniseries, Once a Week for Life. And I'm sitting back now after the colorist uh, did an attempt to watch it on a big screen. So I got ready and laid back to watch it in the comfort of my own room. And if you ask me about AI, I'm a union actor, so we have rules which I think without our permission we can't get compensated for using our likeness. But honestly, you can also scan your body as an actor and license your image, your likeness, your voice, and everything. And quite frankly, um, I think it was the DC court in the district court in DC had struck down that artwork created by AI cannot be otherwise copywritten. So if you come up with a collage, a painting of Rembrandt, a Van Gogh, and you try to copyright it, it's not copyrightable. So there is a little bit of comfort there, but I don't see how the industry is going to keep the actors from not losing work when they already fill, let's say, a stadium with 7, 8 people, and then everybody else in the stadium is AI generated, right? Um, and these are people's faces, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they're not fake. I mean, they're people that were actors, background actors, and had their images cataloged. And
right.
quite frankly, I don't know uh, how an actor can protect himself or herself from that.
It's
Um,
all new technology, all new different world we're working into or walking into. Brian, what do you think? What you must have an opinion.
Oh, I'm not a fan of AI at all. I would do away with it because, yeah, it's protecting the actors, but also I've seen people create amazing sets. I've seen them create amazing costumes. And you're taken away from like an artist, and you just plug it into a computer. I'm like, eh. Plus, being an actor doing a green screen, it's not as fun. I like to have the four walls and be in the element. I'll do it, but yeah, I don't know, and it's expensive. I rather see somebody, build a set from the ground up, which is incredible, and give those
Always
guys the paychecks.
brings a different element to everything you're doing. That's for sure. So, Brian, tell us a little bit about where you're going because you got these like 6 projects that are in pre-production, and so where do you stand now? What's the next movie that's coming out?
I'm finishing up Immortal Wars Netherworlds with Carcass Studios. Hopefully, we finish it this month, and hopefully, it'll be out maybe by the end of the year.
And
Um,
Is that going to go out? You have distribution, so we're going to be able to see that on Amazon, Netflix.
The director does. So yeah, that's, whatever they do with the film after. I know they have distribution.
Cool.
He's yeah, Joe Luna has given me a pretty good opportunity to be free with all my characters, and which I really love. I don't really get to do that all the time.
Wow, that's pretty cool, George. So I know that once a week for life is getting there. It's like so close. And same thing. I mean, distribution is a big deal. How do you see, this your project now? And then I know you have other things lined up. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, once a week for life is getting to a point where um, the color and sound is done, and I have a half dozen uh, not shady distributors wanting to see it. It's the film distributing industry on the independent side is a cesspool, and we're getting it ready. We're getting once a week for life ready to either go with a Buckwald or a CAA as an HBO original series, or it's lofty goals and it's in the ether right now. But if you don't, why reach for the moons when we already have the stars, right? I mean, the old
Right. Right.
adage goes. So, I mean, Once a Week for Life has actors that have appeared in over 25 Academy Award-winning films and
Yep.
have been nominated for Screen Actors Guild Awards and things of that nature. And the reason why these actors wanted to film, as I directed it, a relative nobody who's an actor and, for lack of a better term, a fledgling screenwriter, is that the script is not cliche and it's raw and edgy. In fact, um, distributors will find it very interesting that how we film something is how we are presenting it. So it's
Okay.
not, there's no stylization. If the room was blue, blue is what you see. If the room was warm, warm is what you see. So it's filmed in a way where the audience member is in the same room as the actor is when he's filming. And we also film that way with the different camera angles. So this is what I call independent film realism.
Right.
And I told my colorist, look, we're not in a cabana hanging out with our shorts in a tent down in Miami. This is raw. This is real. This is riveting. And I want the regular Joe Schmo, Jane Schmo, to feel like they were part of the filming. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's more like the Blair Witch Project, because that's kind of really VHS
Right.
esque.
Right.
But um, the colorist was like, Hollywood doesn't do this. They like to super saturate and color the films in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I said, things aren't done until somebody does them differently. And what might be a fad might become a trend, just like the way John Cassavetes filmed and Sidney Lumet filmed, and early Scorsese with Taxi Driver, and just you might end up being a trendsetter. You don't even know it when you're dealing with crime, drama, thrillers filmed in an urban environment with people that act exactly as you would hear the person walking down the street speak. Um, and
And that's a
people,
style in and of itself.
it's I call it independent film realism. It's raw, and it's meant to be raw and real. The idea is, as people's attention spans have dwindled, and during the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were all focused on not only buying things online but being locked into rooms and enslaved to the iPhone, iPad, TV, as opposed to reality. And people's attention span has dwindled. And that's something that we keep in mind when we're cutting scenes, like we breadcrumb things. But I was watching an awesome uh, series that went one season. You can't even find it anymore. Called Vinyl. That was on 2016. Uh,
Interesting.
some of our actors like Robert Fenauer and Armin Gara were in it. Mick Jagger's kid was in it. It's you can't have 4 or 5 minute scenes that are the norm, not the exception in in storytelling, and
Right.
that's basically um, we're cognizant of the fact you need to advance the ball a foot when it comes to your storytelling, so people don't feel like things are dragging on. So that's another thing that we worked very hard and tirelessly to make sure that we don't leave any gaps in the story. So, the Reddit crowd is going to go crazy saying, "Oh, but I saw this and that glass
Yeah,
wasn't
of
full and
course.
the continuity wasn't there." And well,
Well,
anyway, so
speaking of those details, Bryant, you've done stunt work and you've done other kind of, you've dabbled beyond just the acting. Tell us a little bit about those experiences.
Yeah, I've done fight scenes. I've helped choreograph fight scenes. That's really fun. Just director wanted to change it, so we did it on the spot.
Wow.
I teach CCW classes. I teach weapons handling, and so it helps me in film. Makes it look really cool. With the being in the Marine Corps for a long time, I just kind of continue to play with guns, and yeah, I
we
train
like
like
we like that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I teach security guards, ASP, light training, restraints, OC spray. Like I train people in all kinds of stuff, and then take it to the film and make it look good.
Cool. Well, gentlemen, thank you very, very much for taking the time out, jumping on here on IFB exclusive. We got some really cool insights from both of you, gentlemen, especially the whole idea that Bryant, you're working on that project. We hope that when you finish writing it, you come back to let us know that it's done and hopefully it moves on. Of course, George Zuvalos, aka Captain Martin. Hopefully, you'll be back to both discuss the trials and tribulations of green screening the Stranded Warrior with us, and of course, Once a Week for Life. It's a
Yep,
it's a race, neck and neck, to see which one of those two are going to come out first. Man, it's something.
that's
Brian, your
right.
next release. You gotta come back so we can we'll do a trailer, we'll lock it down a little bit more and do a longer interview with some more visuals. But thank you guys, and look forward to having you back again. So
Thanks for
fans
having us.
fuel the fleet.
Yeah, thank you very much for
You're the
having me.
fleet.
I'll keep you posted.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hoo-ya.
There you go. Take care,
Yeah.
guys. All the best. Well, guys, so that was a great interview. We had both Bryant Smith, who is our intended and original, and then we had, of course, a special guest. Of course, that was none other than George Zuvalos, producer, filmmaker, actor. And writer, of course. So that was really, really cool. Appreciate that they both were able to come on. Guys, stay tuned. There will be, of course, other exclusives. We're going to always make this work. Fans fuel the fleet. We have a strong community. Myself and, of course, Tipsy and everybody on the team, we appreciate all of you for taking the time out and tuning in and, adding comments and writing and stuff. We love all that. So stay tuned. We're gonna have more Battlestar stuff for you guys, so that's always in the wings and always there. So stay well, stay safe, guys, and yep, Commander Kane, absolutely rolling the Death Star. We're gonna get an update on some of the conventions that you guys go on, so we're looking forward to all of that. So it's all good. Thank you very much, guys, and I'm gonna sign us all off. So take care, and thanks for everything. Be well. Fans fuel the fleet.